Alright, guys. It is Friday, May 3rd, 2023. Alright. It is 2:01 p.m. Let's take a look at Bible verse of the day from dailyverses.net. It says, for where two or three gather in my name, there I am with them. Matthew 18:20. Alright, guys, if you know about alternate realities and the Mandela effect and everything, for me, this Bible verse was, for when two or more are gathered in my name, there I am with them. So, for me, it's different. In this reality, it's everywhere. It's for where two or three are gathered. But for me, in the past, it was for where two or more are gathered. So, just a heads up if you pay attention to the Mandela effect. Alright, this other verse, it says that if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe you are and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you confess and are saved. So if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Alright, guys. Let's start with the coronation of King Charles. It's coming up Saturday, I believe. And here is the thing. Queen Elizabeth, pretty much her whole kingdom was based and founded on the religion and belief of Jesus Christ. But King Charles, oh no, he's walking his own path. And this is the only reason why I believe that this coronation doesn't have good feeling or good undertones, and it could be pretty much evil because it is stepping aside from just being Christian and walking with other religions. It says here, the king's commitment to diversity will be on display at his coronation, when religious leaders representing the Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, and Muslim and Sikh leaders will take part in various aspects of the coronation, the Archbishop of Canterbury office said. So King Charles is pretty much mingling all these other religions in with his, and it's going to be in the coronation. Just letting you guys know that he supports the New World Order. He supports all the bad stuff that's possibly coming in the future. So, as these end times are coming, all the kingdoms and all the things are lining up for the time of the tribulation. All these things are lining up for when the bad stuff is going to happen after the rapture. So please get saved, believe in Jesus Christ, and be saved so you don't have to live through the 7 years of what's going to happen during the tribulation, which is really bad stuff. If you read Revelations, you will know that a lot of bad stuff is coming. Alright, also, a lunar eclipse of May 2023. When is it, and from where can it be observed? This weekend, the same as the weekend of the coronation of King Charles or whatever. This weekend, penumbral lunar eclipse will take place. One of two eclipses this year. When to see it and when is it to be observed? This weekend, those who love sky gazing will be able to enjoy a great event, a penumbral eclipse of the moon, making the arrival of the first two lunar eclipses that will take place in 2023. According to the information of National Aeronautics and Space Administration, a penumbral lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and moon align, such as the moon phases through the shadow of the earth. In other words, the phenomenon occurs when the earth comes between the sun and the moon, leaving the moon outside its shadow. Okay, so the event will begin at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time and will peak at 1:24 p.m. Eastern Time at 3:32 p.m. Eastern Time, when the moon emerges from Earth's shadow. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's Google as well. It didn't tell me the exact date it's gonna happen. Let's Google What date is the lunar eclipse? May 2023. May 5th, and that is today at 11:14 a.m. So it already began. We're pretty much filming while a lunar eclipse is happening. Yay! That's not a lot of enthusiasm of truth. It's just like, wow, there's a lunar eclipse happening right now. But it pretty much is happening right now, today. And there was also a earthquake. A strong earthquake hit Japan, killing 1 and injuring 13. Please pray for this person's family and all those other 13 people who were injured in the Japanese earthquake. A 6.2 earthquake hit off the west coast of Japan. Let's take a look at Twitter. There's also an aftershock of a 5.5 that happened 50 minutes ago. So there's still aftershocks and earthquakes happening in Japan right now. Please pray for the people of Japan as they're getting aftershocks that are large. As you see here, the building says a strong, shallow earthquake hit central Japan on Friday afternoon, killing at least 1 person and injuring 13, but no tsunami warning was issued. Thank goodness for that. Alright, let's go to Zero Hedge. Do not drive. Excuse me, a warning from the NHTSA recalls 90,000 BMWs over exploding killer airbags. If the inflators rupture, the metal fragments ejected towards the driver's face could kill or leave them with devastating life-altering injuries. So be aware if you're driving BMWs. Alright, guys. Alright, so this next article says Dr. McCullough discovers an alarming study of China mRNA technology has just entered a whole new, much darker phase. I'm going to go into that next article in a minute. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to go into that article in a minute, but I'm just going to keep reading these headlines. It says, why OPEC is increasingly frustrated with the IEA. The IEA has been aggressively pushing for a global energy transition, a position that OPEC believes is dangerous and ignores the data that shows that more oil will be needed. So they're trying to put a shift and turn everything electric. Electric cars, electric trucks, electric everything. But at the same time, it is a dangerous transition, and the data shows that more oil is going to be needed. If not, who knows what's going to happen to this economy if we turn everything electric. Alright. Excuse me, guys. Alright. White House mulls short-term debt ceiling extension if negotiations break down. Not going to take anything off the table, they said about the White House negotiations. Alright. The WHO, or the World Health Organization, finally declares a COVID pandemic global health emergency over. The global health, public, and political leaders have long moved on. Thank goodness that nightmare is over. Alright, former CIA officer says decision to drone attack Kremlin was made by the United States. That's what the former CIA officer said. The decision was made by the United States. That is big yikes, guys. That could mean possibility of war with Russia. So heads up for you guys. Alright, let's go into the article that I was talking about earlier. Dr. McCullough discovers alarming study out of China. mRNA technology has just entered a whole new, much darker phase. Dr. Peter McCullough, outspoken critic of COVID-19 mandates and jabs, uncovered an alarming scientific study coming from the Chinese researcher Quanzhang et al. Innocuously titled An Oral Vaccine for SARS-CoV mRNA bovine milk-delivered exomes includes a neutralizing antibody response in vivo. As someone who trained myocarditis patients on the front line, Dr. McCullough's warnings about this should be listened to carefully. Children could be targeted with easily administered oral vaccine dosing and potentially get mRNA through milk at school lunches and other unsupervised meals. For those who have taken one of the COVID-19 vaccines, having milk vaccines as an EUA offering would allow even more loading of the body with synthetic mRNA, which has been proven resistant to ribonucleases and may reside permanently in the human body. The mRNA technology has just been entered a whole new, much darker phase of development. Expect much more research on resistance to mRNA in our food supply. The Chinese have just taken the first of what will probably be many more dangerous steps for the world. Indeed, many more reports have surfaced recently of farmers in the USA and the EU using our mRNA-based vaccines on their livestock to help protect against the disease. Thankfully, you can protect yourselves from regardless of the source of mRNA. According to Dr. McCullough, the best known defense against mRNA carrying spike proteins is a daily dose of over-the-counter nattokinase. I don't know how to pronounce that really quickly, so I'm just going to say it that way. Nattokinase is an enzyme that's produced by fermenting soybeans with bacteria Bacillus stabilis var. Natto has been available as an oral supplement. It degrades fibrinogen factor 5, 6, 7 cytokines and factor 8 and has been studied for its cardiovascular benefits. Out of the available therapies I have used in my practice and among all the proposed detoxification agents, I believe nattokinase and related peptides hold the greatest promise for patients at this time. So I'm going to leave you guys the link for this article as well, but they're introducing the mRNA technology into foods, meats, and milk. So heads up, guys. All of that is happening. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Bible and the importance of it. People think, oh, Bible religion, but it's not. It's a relationship with Jesus and God, the creator of everything, the one who gives breath to your very lungs right now. That God, He created you and everything else around you. He wants you safe with Him in heaven when it's time to go home, because the 7 years that are coming up are going to be for basically judgment upon the earth for those who did not follow God, for those who don't listen, for those who rebel, for those who decide not to follow Jesus. It's easy. Follow Jesus and go to heaven and a heavenly kingdom and love and warmth and all the great stuff that we don't even know He's got for us, because it says in the Bible that He's got such great rewards that are unknown. And that's what it's good for us. That's what should be for all of us. And that's what He wants for us. But those who don't want love and His kingdom and all the great rewards He has, they're gonna stay here for 7 years of judgment. And if you look at Revelations, it's a lot of bad stuff happening. I mean, a lot of bad stuff, including angels that come out and kill 2/3 of the world's population. So, including fires that will destroy everything, including the wind stopping and there being no more fresh air and peace taken from the earth. A lot of bad stuff. Giant hailstones the size of cars. Fire raining down, earthquakes, tsunamis. That's just some of the gist of it. So it's a lot of bad stuff that's coming, and you can be saved just by accepting Jesus and not staying here on earth. Accept Jesus Christ, accept His love, and that's it. And the way to do it, as I was saying earlier, is if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you confess and are saved. So Start reading your Bibles more, guys. There's this. I go to this website. It's not just one verse a day. They have a lot of topics, as you see here. Multiple topics. Let me go to the list. There's a whole bunch of topics. There's a lot of topics, and it gives you a whole bunch of verses. Let's go to family. It gives you a whole bunch of verses in that topic. Computer doesn't want to work. Anyway, just go to type it family. Let me go. Let me try it again. I guess it's frozen right now. But anyways, you go into this website, dailyverses.net. You search these topics, and it'll take you. It'll take you to a whole bunch of Bible verses that have to do under that topic, and it'll give you multiple verses. You read those topics, and you learn and you grow in the Word of God. So you learn all the things about each thing. It'll give you information that the Bible wants you to learn. So that's getting closer to Jesus, getting closer to God. Read your regular Bible as well, because these are only 79 verses in that website. But it helps you study the Bible. It helps you learn verses and get closer to God and be part of Him. Alright, guys, that's it for this video and news. See you guys next time. Stay safe in Jesus. Stay prepared for hurricane season that's upcoming. And God bless you guys. See you guys next time.